play some Mass Effect Andromeda. Resume the game. On the title screen, it said version 1.10 or something like that. And usually when you see something like that on a video game, or at least for me, I have one of these two thoughts. Either one, they really put in a lot of changes and fixes into the game in very little patches, or, you know, like big patches, but not as many releases. Or, they didn't release a whole lot of patches. It might not be a good thing.
Scans of the Scourge. All that dark energy twisting and turning on itself. It's splendid.
Looks dangerous.
It's dangerous. And that's all I see. A mass of destructive, malevolent tentacles.
I can appreciate the colors of a coral snake while recognizing that I wouldn't want to get close. Helios is incredible, isn't it? Not just constructs like the Scourge and the Remnant Vaults. Just all of it. So alien. A constant reminder of the divine intelligence behind all creation.
You mean a god?
Yes, I believe in a higher power. I know it's a little odd, but I am a scientist because science brings me closer to something greater than myself.
Why do I have to choose either way? Why can't I just leave her alone? You know, let her believe what she wants to believe, and I will just move on to some other topic. Sucker fool.
There's nothing about the universe that suggests a divine intelligence. And most of what we've seen in Helios is artificial, as you said yourself.
Yes, but we're creative beings. Whoever made the Remnant was too. Why should that be proof against a god? Wouldn't a true creator want to pass on the drive to invent?
Believe what you want. That's your prerogative.
You are welcome to your beliefs. It's good to have different voices on the team.
Excellent. Oh, speaking of the team, I should update the folks back in the Nexus with the latest reports. We'll talk later.
Sucker fool, man. Like, nah, man, you can't do none of that. You're fired.
Glad you stopped by. You'll pardon me if I keep an eye on our vector?
That's probably smart.
Nothing like being on the bridge of your very own ship, is there?
You mentioned something about helping design the Tempest?
Test pilot, mostly. Plunging through the Nemean abyss was almost a preparation for the Scourge. Of course, it took a whole team to build the Tempest. I was the only one to come to Helios, though.
Why did you?
What can I say? We poured our hearts into a ship that wouldn't realize her potential until Andromeda. I could have stood on the shore and waved goodbye, or took the leap to see how it all turned out.
Of course they cut away, but I really like Solarian eyes because originally I thought they were just black, but if you look in there, there's actually a lot of detail in the eyes, and it's cool. It's really, really cool.
I like the Tempest, but I'm not sure I'd travel between galaxies for her.
The Unknown Frontier had its charms, too. It's just strange not having the rest of the design team. I remember Serena debugging line 2281 over and over, chewing that green pencil. Tion and O'Connell arguing equations, tapping on the console, 3 drips of coffee on the corner.
You remember all that?
Oh, yes. Solarians have photographic memories, and apparently mine's unusually sharp. Like my past is still happening. Though I suppose with the Solarian arc missing, you might not get many chances to compare.
Did you hear anything about the Ark back in the Nexus?
Not a peep. Isn't that strange? You'd think there'd be something. Not that I dislike your company, but it's lonely without other Solarians.
Cheer up, Callow. We'll always have Director Tan.
That snide little bureaucrat? All the more reason to find the others. I should get back to it, but thank you. I was afraid the Tempest would be mothballed after we lost your father. We built her for this. She deserves to be in a Pathfinder's hands. Please, come by any time.
Alright, let's get the step.
Anomaly detected. Deploying probe. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
I was like, that's not where I clicked at all. I'm pressing the scan button. I don't remember seeing that I got any stuff. Oh, like, how do I get the mineral deposit? Did I get it? I don't know. Can I go into... What does escape do right now? Setting. Gameplay. Oh, let's change that to always show. Okay. What is going on? It's just... What is going on? Hello? Can we not automatically go up for whatever reason? You know? Is there a problem? Am I typing something? Oh, confused. Not doing it here. There, it doesn't look like I can turn off that cutscene from what I can see anyways. So, like I'm stuck with it. I guess I'm supposed to go back to the Nexus. I'm not crazy about visiting all of these. I can't even tell if I've gotten any sort of, well, anything from doing this. Other than be disappointed that I have to go through this cutscene every time.
Anomaly on sensors.
Oh, I got something.
Deploying probe. Satellite detected.
Alright, I did not see anything pop up. So, gain 50 Milky Way research data. Okay.
I'm picking up something.
Got something again.
Deploying probe. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Alright, got some beryllium. Now I can't move anywhere. Okay, that's fine. I didn't want to move anywhere anyways. Alright, are we done? We are done. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that. If I get some side quests or something like that, you know, sure. Maybe I'll go visit some can't skip this. Maybe I'll go visit some other planets and whatnot, but I don't think I'm gonna waste my time.
Ah, familiar territory.
The Nexus has been here for months. Still not enough time to survey it all. Anomaly on sensors. Deploying probe. Anomaly found.
EZO. I don't like that they call it EZO. Just a little bit of a purist, I guess. No. Oh no. We'll explore at least this area because this is where the Nexus is. That's kind of important, right? Make sure nobody's hiding on these planets.
Anomaly detected. Probe away. Detecting what's left of a ship.
Okay, got a bunch of stuff for that. The Caryatid. Gongin. Now press tab.
Anomaly on sensors. Probes launched. I found something.
Found a level up. Nice. Think. Oh, found experience. Okay. That's everything but the Nexus.
Pathfinder, is it true? We're settling Eos.
We've thought that before.
But Eos is different now, right? Pathfinder.
All right, settle down. Give him space. Lieutenant Syax, Kendros' aide. They all wanted to see you. Real hope again. It's been a while.
They've got a Pathfinder again. This is what we do.
And you've done it splendidly.
Professor Herrick, right?
What you achieved with that remnant vault is unprecedented, Pathfinder. Impossible. But with new scientific talent waking up, we'll unravel those mysteries. The whole Nexus will benefit.
August Bradley will oversee that. He's the new mayor.
Bradley. I know him. Seems like a good man.
Well, what are you waiting for? There's a new world out there.
Thank you, Ryder.
What? That's ridiculous. Why would he say that?
Maybe he thought he was being honest.
Get rid of that.
Nexus invites you to visit the newly opened vortex.
Don't shut the crate off the... You shut the crate off the ramp. Where do they find these people?
Keeping tabs on things back here?
Yeah, I try to watch what's going on while we're away, but it's nice to check in person.
Going well, I hope.
As well as it can go with limited resources, yeah. Tiny steps.
Hi, this is
Should I apply for an outpost? I miss having you here.
We're constantly striving to make life on the
Jessica
Nexus
DePaul.
more enjoyable for all.
Hi,
lives.
Jessica.
I'm
Welcome to the
Ian
Nexus.
Garson, founder of the
I see you
initiative.
here in our
While we
database.
know there's
Do
always
you have
room
your
for
medical scan?
improvement.
Okay. Let's see. Gotta talk to Sam, find Splendor. Doctor. I want to do this one.
Yes. We ask that you spend a few short minutes going through immigration processing. Then we'll have you
Cultural exchange.
I'm Ian Garson, founder of the initiative. On behalf of the Nexus, I
Apparently
welcome
this is supposed to be
you the Cultural
humans.
Center. Please have a look around.
Or maybe not.
We hope you'll enjoy learning about the rich diversity of people who have arrived from the Milky Way galaxy.
Garson.
Welcome to the Cultural Exchange Center. Please have a look around. We're just getting things up and running.
A place of friendship and cooperation. We're glad you could visit.
Pathfinder, I'm glad you could stop by. Pardon the dust while we set everything up.
What goes on here?
The Cultural Center is a place where new races we've met can visit and exchange ideas. They can learn more about the Milky Way species, while we foster an air of cooperation and understanding. We're just getting everything ready. Hopefully it won't be long before we have our first visitors.
Have you heard anything about the Ket?
Unfortunately, yes. Now, that's a species we won't be inviting here anytime soon. I'd hoped our encounters would be peaceful, but I suppose that was too much to ask.
Thanks.
Of course, our hope is that you'll make friends in the cluster and send them our way. And when you have a second, check back with me on a favor I'd like to ask. Pathfinder, do you have a moment? We, need to explain you.
Explain me?
Our new VI over there is meant to describe the role of our Pathfinders, but it just lost all its settings in a crash. If you could fix them, that would really help us out. Just talk to the VI, and it'll do the rest.
I know. Oh my goodness. They're gonna... Okay, I think I know what this is gonna do.
Thanks.
Of course.
Don't hesitate to speak with one of our friendly peace ambassadors.
Hello there, neighbor. I'm Gian Garson, the founder of the Andromeda Initiative. I thought you might like to hear more about our plans.
Okay.
Great. If you're seeing this, it means our Pathfinders have done their job and made new friends in the galaxy. Welcome to the Nexus. But I want to put your mind at ease. Seeing our arcs arrive in your neighborhood probably raised some concerns. I'm happy to address them.
What are you planning to do in this galaxy?
Great question. I'd be worried about that too. I can assure you, we have no hostile intentions whatsoever. We're pilgrims who simply want to live in peace. We're eager to learn about new cultures, new ideas, and share our own with you. But we understand trust needs to be earned, no matter what galaxy you're in. And the initiative looks forward to doing just that.
Heard that one before.
Why did you leave the Milky Way?
I get that question a lot. Many of us have a deep curiosity that needs to know what else is out there. Our own Milky Way is just one tiny speck in a universe full of mysteries. And speaking for myself, the thought of exploring those mysteries in Andromeda was a call to adventure I could not resist. Thank you for taking the time to listen. On behalf of my fellow Milky Way travelers, we couldn't be more excited about what the future holds for all of us.
I'm Gian Garza, founder of the initiative. On behalf of
Hello
the Nexus,
again.
I welcome you to the Cultural Center.
Thanks.
Please have a look around.
Of course.
Wait, was that the AI that wanted me to talk to?
The rich diversity of people who have arrived from the Milky Way galaxy.
Alright, let's oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh, what was that one? Guess that makes sense.
Welcome to the setup for your Pathfinder informational VI. I am programmed with all relevant data. However, you must identify which information I should prioritize. First, select your preferred voice and appearance, male or female.
It doesn't matter.
Male, please.
Variable set. Which aspect of the Pathfinder's role should be highlighted? Exploration and discovery, or first contact with new species?
Go with first contact.
Meeting new species.
Variable set. Next, should I emphasize the role of the Pathfinder team or their partner AI?
Their team?
Go with the Pathfinder's team.
Variable set. Finally, should I provide career advice for future Pathfinders or an honor of former Pathfinders?
Career advice.
I want you to give career advice.
Setup complete. Would you like to keep these settings?
Yeah.
It all sounds good to me.
Thank you for choosing this Pathfinder information VI. Implementing changes.
The Nexus is a place of friendship and cooperation. We're glad you could visit.
Don't walk away.
Hello again.
Thanks.
Did I even get any experience? What's going on? Also, where the sockle am I?
Wouldn't it be more practical to build these vaults from the surface?
Nah, Rack and I engineered mastered underground construction a millennium ago. These remnant fellows probably had the same idea. Wouldn't mind a seismometer reading, though. Sam, any chance?
Alright.
Hello, Pathfinder. A moment?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
I have a math problem. Some vital equations that only a mind like Sam's could solve. They concern strange transmission patterns in the Scourge. Perhaps random noise, perhaps not.
That could be a ship, or even turbulence in the Scourge we should know about.
Given the complexity and the security implications, I recommend transferring the equations directly into SAM node. I have them on an optical storage disk for you.
I'll see if I have time.
Thank you, Pathfinder. Please thank Sam as well.
This is a computer virus. I don't trust you, lady.
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Your work is important. Don't lose sight of that. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened, and I need to know.
Hi, Pathfinder. Want to hit some rocks for science?
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
What terminal? Where do I play asteroids? Additional tasks. Hitting rocks for science. Scan minerals. Okay, well, that's not helpful for me. Let's go back to this.
These power outages make no sense.
What's the trouble?
I've got power shortages throughout the station. I can't for the life of me find the cause. Oh, whoa, you're the Pathfinder. Hey, sorry, please ignore me. You've got way more important things to do.
True.
Power to the Nexus is pretty important. I'm happy to help.
That's great, because I'm at a loss. There are obvious short circuits cropping up all over the place. A Pathfinder's eye might reveal something.
There's a power short here. We could scan the area.
We ask that you refrain from picking foliage in the Nexus Commons area. The consumption or sale of any plant specimens is strictly prohibited by hydroponic regulations.
We can start building a bank of vaccines once we get more biomaterial.
It's that scourge I'm wondering about. There's only radiation shields and handles.
I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. On behalf of the Nexus,
Welcome
I
back.
welcome you to the Cultural Center. Please have a look around. We hope you'll enjoy learning about the rich diversity of people who have arrived from the Milky Way galaxy.
Another power short.
The Nexus is a place of friendship and cooperation. We're glad you could visit.
Take me to operation.
A ray of hope for sleep-starved residents. Maintenance begins on malfunctioning sun lamps, causing unending daylight in some Nexus quarters. This is HNS.
An animal did this?
Affirmative. I am able to track it.
Full deployment on EOS. We expect the colony to be fully self-supporting soon and able to send us supplies.
Where's the prison? Here we go.
I hear you went down to EOS. Did you find anything to help my case?
An enemy blast to the back killed the chief. Your shot missed.
What? You're kidding me. Thank the spirits. This is great.
Hold on there. The chief's Omni tool recorded you over the body. Sam, playback.
Sorry, old friend. Had to do it. I'm not dying on this rock. Shit.
Not only did you think you killed him, you meant to.
But you just said I didn't, so it doesn't matter, right? The conviction will have to be overturned. The sentence thrown out.
Director Tan will determine what's to be done. You did try to cover it all up.
Look, I'm sorry I lied, but if my shot missed, I'm innocent. Plain and simple.
We'll see about that.
We'll see about that. I might have something to say about that.
How many times have I told you this story?
343.
Wait, what? You've been keeping
Pathfinder, I believe you found the culprit responsible for the power shortages.
Rushan, that's not funny.
Alert Professor Herrick to come secure it.
Hydroponics reports oxygen production is nominal.
Why would we kill it? That's crazy. What's up, Drac? 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 Bruh.
Ryder, can you believe this place?
One space station, slightly dented?
You should have seen it a year ago. It was more than just dented. Anyway, thanks for bringing me on. Tan can't kick me off the station now, and it's been nice seeing my granddaughter again.
The two of you seem close.
It's been Kesha and me against the galaxy the moment I got her. Well, maybe not as much now, but it sure was early on.
Shepard.
A reminder to all personnel, overtime hours remain in effect.
No, it isn't what we wanted, but...
Who am I supposed to talk to? Addison.
What choice do we have? You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Apple Video Productions.
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more focus on research, like on prodromos? That's your call. Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
Speak to Brecker. What's up? Oh.
Hello, Pathfinder. I am Cryo Deployment Administrator Vladimir Breka, C-63 Galati. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the initiative.
Whoa, that seems like... too much.
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing. Andromeda viability and Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
What's the rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Thresholds are about capacity, but this is about cost, what we can actually afford to support. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
Hey, yo, you down with AVP? Yeah, you know me.
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates and general stability, a metric of acceptable scope and risk. The more you achieve, the greater capacity we can accommodate, the more the initiative can do for you. Simplest explanation, the more you do, the more room we have to grow.
So I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely, but there's an order to things, lines of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs, and eggs won't get you steak. Except it's people, and how all our lives begin.
That analogy makes no sense to me. Like zero sense. Why would you deploy an omelet? You have to... I don't get it.
All right, Brekka. Where do I start?
The interface is active and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready for your first selection. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
So I can destroy the galaxy from within. Okay. Selected for years of experience and ingenuity under pressure, these scientists' expertise can quickly improve the initiative's research and resource gathering capabilities. Military veterans from across the Milky Way have brought their expertise to Andromeda, including advanced combat training and wilderness survival. Trade is the lifeblood of civilization. These talented merchants and entrepreneurs can use their connections to acquire rare items, grow financial investments, or improve inventory management. Earn research points at regular intervals. Receive a selection of minerals at regular intervals. Receive a drop of consumable supplies at regular intervals. Organic material. Tech materials. Hidden caches around established forward stations. 15% more credits on Apex missions. One extra consumable slot. Earn credits from investments at regular intervals. Through prices. Inventory capacity. I think I'm gonna go with minerals for right now. Huh. Okay.
Maintenance crews, please report to the commons area.
How do I know when I get AVP?
Pathfinder, do you have just a minute? Ryder, isn't it? Kerry Tavessa, freelance vidmaker. This is Hakim, my producer. I could use your help.
What are you looking for?
Director Tans asked for an uplifting documentary on the initiative. Translation, paint rainbows over our problems. But our problems are history. People deserve the truth, not propaganda.
It takes integrity to record the truth and nothing but.
Well, I do my best. And you could help me out. The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
You don't mind treading on the initiative director's toes?
What would he do? Pull funding we don't have? I'm game if you are.
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
All expeditions have to deal with supplies, enemies, or hell, just getting lost. We'll deal with all of them. We just need time.
Tan will love that. But if that's your take, that's what goes in. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later. You were great. I'll get to work editing.
True. They don't have problems.
Hello, Pathfinder. Hello. Director Tan is expecting you.
Last time I was here, this was a storage closet.
Pathfinder Hall just needed a Pathfinder to open.
We're still getting the commons area ready. Hydroponics is only at partial capacity.
Not good enough.
We don't have enough people. My workers need a break, Tan.
I sympathize, but not until our survival is no longer at risk. Now please excuse me while I meet with our Pathfinder. Hey, Ryder. Addison told me about the outpost. You're the hero of the hour.
Let's hold off on the celebration. We haven't found home yet.
Oh, there's no need for modesty. Success affords leverage over those who doubted you.
And you're my best friend?
A patron. One who shares your vision of a prosperous future.
You don't know me? Okay.
Due respect, Director Tan, but you don't know me.
Oh, I think I do. Your ingenuity speaks for itself, Ryder. Deciphering the vault, alien terraforming. It's not how we imagined all this, but a good Pathfinder improvises. And a great one hangs it on the wall. Yours are the first trophies to grace Pathfinder Hall. You're a symbol now, Ryder. A reason for people to believe.
It wouldn't have been possible without my crew. They're a talented bunch.
But you're their beacon.
Careful. You'll end up adopting you, Ryder.
Ah, my staff.
Colleagues, you wouldn't be looking to cut us out, would you, Tan?
I remind you, I am the director of the initiative.
Acting director.
This isn't the time for arguing over who gets to be king. Too much is at stake. We should be cooperating.
That's what I've been saying since we arrived.
Then I look forward to winning our Pathfinder support.
I have concerns about your decision on Eos, Ryder. An outpost full of scientists won't do as much good if the Kett attack.
But it will help support the Nexus. Improved research could help feed our people.
And we could argue about it all day long, as we always do. The decision was made. Now we move on. What is your plan for moving on, Ryder?
We have a lead on the terraforming network. I need to take the Tempest deeper into the sector to investigate. If the other Golden Worlds are where they should be, this could get us closer to them.
Careful. The Kett are scouring the cluster for remnant technology. You'll end up in a fight, for sure. You might also run into exiles. They didn't leave the Nexus on good terms.
And we still need more outposts. They're important to expanding the station.
Though with Ark still missing, this could be a chance for Ryder to search for them. Yes, I think that's best. You have my permission.
How does Kandros know about remnant technology? And the word remnant? You know, like, we just found all this stuff out. What, you read my report? I send my report to you? I don't think so. I kind of want to go with this. Just a one last buckle.
I wasn't really asking for it.
Of course. I support that kind of enthusiasm.
Right.
Ryder,
Right.
this is Harry, back on the Ark.
Go ahead.
We may have found a way to talk to your sister, sort of. Drop by when you can. Hyperion Medbay.
Will do.
A reminder, you have AVP outstanding.
Right. Have to talk to Addison's assistant about viability perks. Sounds useful.
Okay. Earn enough AVP and your Nexus level will increase, allowing you to awaken more colonists in cryosleep. Once you've earned a Nexus level, go to the cryopod uplink, planetary viability. You earn AVP on a potential colony world. Blah, blah. Most worlds allow you to establish an outpost once you've reached 40% viability, though additional actions may be necessary. Additionally, special cryopods may become available based on the viability of specific worlds.
A reminder to all personnel, overtime hours remain in effect.
SSS Normandy. That's the one.
Whole mood of the Nexus has changed since EOS. You really can feel it. New outpost, a Pathfinder's help, people waking up. It's a fresh start.
Can't relax yet. The initiative still has a lot of promises to keep.
And that's on us. But it's damn good to know we're on the right track.
Colonial affairs.
Juice.
Please advise Director Tan of your status.
You've had a year to think about it. Ryder, you're off to a promising start. I meant what I said. You are a symbol now of hope that things will get better. Though I worry about this terraforming network. What do we really know about it?
It's like nothing we've ever seen. It's clear somebody had big plans for this cluster.
But who?
Not sure yet, but at least we're on the trail.
Did you have some other business?
Director, I checked out that murder. Nilken didn't do it, but there's proof that he meant to.
This is unfortunate. We're trying to give the people a sense of stability, leadership they think they can count on. And we're setting precedent for justice here in Andromeda. Now this, a convicted murderer who didn't commit the murder.
These things are almost never black and white.
I know. If we suppress the evidence and uphold the conviction, we're banishing a man for a crime he technically didn't commit. If we throw the conviction out, we're freeing a man who tried to take matters into his own hands, then covered it up. Your investigation complicated this. You should take responsibility for the outcome. Do we still exile him for murder?
Absolutely.
He intended to kill the chief. He pulled the trigger, believed he'd done it. Banish him.
Agreed. Sometimes we must rule with our hearts. I hope my conscience will be as clear as yours seems to be. Well, at least we'll have this sordid business behind us.
Colonial affairs, please advise
Yep.
Director Tan of your status.
You may not have done the kill, but it was an attempt.
Species are at odds as talks break down over a unified.
Wait, are you? Oh, I thought you were Tan too. I was like, hold on a second.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone
I was gonna go gloat, but
must be approved beforehand.
guess I don't got to. Check the viability screen. Thank you for putting me at the viability screen. Now I want to go back to the journal. Alrighty. Visit siblings in the Hyperion's cryo bay. Find Spender. I guess I'll check if there's any other quests here. That's a SAM node. Wildlife. I can't do that yet. Addison's assistants. Minerals. Science vessel. Data cores. Bodies. I don't think I can do that yet. Alright, let's go talk to the assistant real quick. Got another AVP. And we ain't calling it Aliens versus Predators.
Pathfinder, AVP leveling continues as per your directions. And of course, the interface remains accessible for any future adjustments. Sweet protocol and process. Now we're living.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
That's it? You'll just do it?
Nowhere in my job description does it say, argue with the Pathfinder. That said, I record all interactions. If something you ask for causes trouble, there'll be no doubt that you're responsible.
Who the heck is that?
Let's keep this between us. Here's the info.
Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Another time.
Pathfinder.
Apex personnel, please check your duty roster for
Turn to Padron. Does not say I have more pots. I have been lied to by my own VI. Speak to the journalist. What journalist?
Colonial Affairs, please advise Director Tan of your status.
Pathfinder, Hi. The documentary's going great. Your comments really got people talking. Director Tan loved the first broadcast. Sent a contribution for your expenses.
Thanks.
Let's get to the juicy stuff. Scientists are excited about your new outpost, though there are questions about how prodromos can survive where Sites 1 and 2 failed.
I gave Prodromos the best start a Pathfinder could. But we can't predict everything. We just do our best.
Probably not the rah-rah quotes Tan would hope for, but very genuine. Facing those risks must be stressful. How do you relax between missions?
This is crazy. I study by playing video games and watching other people play video games and then reading Reddit and stargazing into my backyard where I see all these suckafoo birds making all this suckafoo noise with my suckafoo dogs barking, making all this noise, and I just want to sleep, but they won't let me sleep, so I just gotta wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and not relax.
I read up on the amazing things we've seen. And the Tempest has some incredible views of the cluster.
This is history too, these little moments between. Shots of this remnant tech, some narration, that completes an episode. Thanks for stopping.
Hydroponics reports oxygen production is nominal.
Okay. Still looking for Spender. To the docking bay.
As sleepers wake from stasis, the initiative urgently requires blood, tissue, and DNA donations. See a medic if you think you may be eligible. This is HNS.
I thought I understood. Watch your tone. You saw what happened to the Krogan.
But we need this equipment.
Well, you're not getting it. Stop making frivolous requests.
It's not a frivolous request. Properly functioning air filters are at...
Frivolous. You'll just have to make do.
We can't fix the station breathing bad air.
Your incompetence isn't my problem. Just do your job.
What do you want?
Check yourself?
Whatever's going on, it's not fair to take it out on me.
Apologies, you're right. This is not your fault.
He was pretty abusive towards you. Is that normal?
Yes, he's horrible. Working with him is a total nightmare. Just last week, he tried to redirect some of the supplies we need to keep the stasis pods going.
Why?
I have no idea. But if Kesh hadn't stepped in and threatened to airlock him, it would have been a disaster. He's always like that. Making bad decisions, driving the Krogan away, treating people like scum when no one's watching.
You'd think your boss would have the power to do something.
She hates Spender, but there's only one of her, and she can't always be around to deal with him. Things have gotten so bad that Kesh had to literally kick him out of engineering.
How literal are we talking here?
Boot to ass. Oh, it was glorious. We need him gone, but as incompetent as Spender is at his job, he's insanely good at keeping it. Kesh can tell you more.
Let's go find ourselves a cache. Now we'll use the subway ride as a marking point.